This is James O'Toole and Daniel Walsh doing sporting goods and licensed products industry for SASM 1010 with Professor Packy Moran, and we are in the BUCS group. All right. First thing about sporting goods is, what are they? They are defined as physical objects necessary for game from licensed products. Now, and licensed products are products with a specific name, logo or name. So basically the two together is saying, you know, how can you use product and put a team's name on it in order to raise revenue. And this is a big deal in the sports industry because they both produce over billions of dollars. Little history on sporting goods is in 1888, Rawlings begins operations in St. Louis. This was the first major sporting goods company. And right after that, Spalding was created, and that was more directed towards the middle class. In 1906, the SGMA, the Sporting Goods Manufacturers Association, which we'll get to later, was founded. 1920s were the first athletes sponsors, and that was Honus Wagner and Krut Ropney, if I'm pronouncing that right, not sure. 1936, Jesse Owens wears Adidas in the Olympics. That was a huge movement, especially because that was one of the first major logos in sporting goods. And then it wasn't until the 1980s till Nike and Reebok really emerged as major players. And around 2005, Adidas bought Reebok for approximately $3.8 billion. So that gives you an idea of how big this industry really is. Next we have some legalities, and there's a group that's called the Properties Division, which kind of handles all licensing issues. And what this group does is, 1, approve licenses, 2, police trademark infringement, and 3, distribute licensing revenues. So really, it is their job to keep everything in check. Next. Ethics. This is basically like for global conglomerates. They operate under this thing called global structure. Basically, it's turning to a foreign country to help you create your product rather than having everything made right here in America. This is very common in both the clothing and the footwear industry. And often the company that is really persecuted for this is Nike, and other companies have learned that the key to global structure is getting benefits from using overseas labor, but not abusing the workers themselves.
Like you said before, I'm Daniel Walsh. I took part in this project as well. Slide number 6 is why sports license products. And there's 3 main reasons why they do this. There's a huge market for people who want to support their favorite teams. As strict as the industry may be, it's one that's very fruitful as well. People will always continue to buy because it lets them express what team and what players are their personal favorites. Next we have Sporting Goods Trade Association. The SGMA, which was mentioned in slide 2, I believe, Sporting Goods Manufacturing Association was the most prevalent association, and it represents over 3,000 business locations, plants, and distribution centers. But yeah, that was mentioned in slide 2. Collegiate sports. Some schools use self-maintenance in order to retain a greater portion of self-revenue. College sports are often managed the same way as the pros are, but some logos and trademarks are considered more historic and sacred. This sometimes makes schools less willing to distribute their trademark. And then an example of an early struggle with licensing, the Yankees believe that their licensing of their logo would actually decrease the value of their product, but that turned out later to be false, in a false accusation. And then career opportunities. Careers range from entrepreneurship to in-store work. Stores operate on many levels, range from local shops to global conglomerates, and there's over 375,000 jobs. 60 billion in international industry, and there's 3 key roles, which is management, marketing, and finance. And that's it.